Hello and welcome back to another episode of From Nothing to Something. This is episode 8, I believe. I have to narrate over this video just because my commentary wasn't working. And you know what sucks? I recorded about an hour or two, probably 3 actually, of gameplay or whatever you want to call it, trading. So I'll be narrating over each and every one of them because of my voice. I don't know, it just messed up. So yeah, as you can see here, I got a hat quickly for one refined right when I got on, and I found a machina. Yay. So as you can see here, I started out with about 8 ref. I think that was about 8 ref. I'm pretty sure it was. Started out with 8 refined metal, and at the end you'll be amazed at how much I can make in over about probably like 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not sure. Quite a bit of hours, but we made quite a bit of profit, and I won't break anything. I will have the achievements and all that listed below. Please recommend some, because I'm still looking for a few. But how about I read off a list while I have nothing to commentate about? So at the top of the list, the first ever one you guys have probably already heard of, from G.E.C. Steakman64. His recommendation for an achievement was get a strange worth a key or above. So that one I will get fairly soon. I could probably get it. And then the next one was from Phil9934. Get a lucky crate unbox. So obviously meaning like an unusual, I'm guessing, assuming, which will probably come later on in the series, maybe into season 2 when I'm actually in unusual trading. Hopefully I can get one, that is, because I've already uncrated about 100 or above unusuals. As you can see, I'm just screwing around on pyro, burning stuff, but I've already probably uncrated 100 or above keys on this account on itself, and haven't gotten one recently, that is. And then, next achievement is from Campionneya. Acquire a black bills for 8 keys. That one's fairly hard, considering most people sell their bills for 10 plus keys. I found a white's bills for 9 keys previously, but probably won't ever come by that type of offer ever again, unless the bills drop or increase, and yeah, they'll probably be impossible to get unless one of those two happen. Alright, sorry for my sniffling. The next and last achievement that I've been recommended is from the Mega Killer B. Find a hat, and then his next one was get a genuine worth 2 and above keys. So, sorry. Those are probably gonna be really hard. Well, not really hard, I guess. I could probably get some of those, not too far from now. That guy just punted me into the wall. What a nice guy. Sorry for yawning, but I finished all this recording and it's already 3 a.m. Yes, 3 a.m. I'm staying up this late to finish uploading and processing all these videos. By now I would have had this first episode right here uploaded an hour. I mean, probably uploaded by now, but I noticed that they weren't, commentated over, so I was like, oh, what the hell? And then I noticed Windows Live Movie Maker actually has a narrating option now, so that's pretty damn good. So I can do this now whenever my video doesn't process correctly or my commentary isn't on it. So yeah, I was just screwing around, playing around, waiting for trades, to burn up some time, because usually my trading videos don't last too long, but this time I was started on a good note, so I decided to record for a long time, and the recording lasted almost all day. So, yeah, I'll have some videos out. I'll probably upload one tonight and just go to sleep, or today morning, and upload the rest tomorrow, or I'll just separate it out so I can actually have multiple episodes in a span of a few days instead of all in one day, so I can have some content up each day, which probably sounds like a good idea. So I'll probably upload like 2 episodes tomorrow and 1 episode the next day. which is probably a good idea. I guess I'll do that. So you guys have some content to constantly watch. So I got some pretty good trades. God, sorry for yawning again, and my nose is stuffed. But yeah, I think I got a trade here as well. Trying to wait for the trade to load, because obviously my internet's still poop. I'm saying a lot. Oh yeah, I remember this guy. This is the one where I bought one of the retired hats from. I'm pretty sure it was a Pyro's beanie. I'm not gonna give it everything away, like how the trade went and everything. Yeah, I'm saying a lot, because I can't think of much. In another note, Jesus, I just said again, didn't I? Holy crap, I need to fix that. A long time ago, when I first started trading, I never knew about TF2 outposts. I said again, didn't I? Yes, I did. What? I'm sorry. I'm saying, we never had, or I never knew about TF2 outpost or anything like that. I'm not really sure if we had outpost or TF2 trader or any type of website like that a long time ago. I'm not too sure, but I never actually knew about any websites, so back when I started trading, I never had outpost or TP to help me out. I traded everything by hand, by myself, without posting any trades on outpost or TP or any spreadsheets or anything. So pretty much every price that I had came from mine and what other people were buying and selling at, which took quite a while to get prices settled down. It did take me quite a while to really get into the trading. Took me a long time to get my first few genuines, which I later traded for a genuine mall, which I later then traded for my first unusual, which was a long process, considering there weren't many genuines, there weren't many people trading, and everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people knew their prices. There weren't many kids out there either. Like, if you ever traded with someone, it's usually a teenager or a grown man. It was very rare to come across some little kid who wasn't aware of any prices or trades. And when I trade, obviously I shift tab a lot. I go into my trade, look at the trade, or view the outpost. So yeah, the next episodes I'll probably have nothing to talk about, considering I'm coming up with everything I possibly can in this episode to keep you guys entertained. I'll make up some stories, or not make up, I'll think up of some stories or something I can tell, just like now, story time with Scheller. All those hats of his I wasn't interested in, except for the Pyro's beanie, since the Pyro's beanie is retiring in about like a week. I think it's already the last few days. I think it's only a few days till it expires completely. You will keep your items. I said, oh my god, don't mind me. You will see, and I was checking the price of it, making sure it was the retired one, and making sure that it's worth more than he was asking. But, god dang, I just said again, didn't I? Jesus, what was I talking about? I am too tired to commentate. Alright, I was talking about earlier that trading was really hard. So how about I go back to that topic if I was speaking about it. I'm pretty sure I was. I can't remember. I'm tired. But yeah, trading wasn't as easy as it is today, because honestly, there are a lot of kids out there who don't know their prices. And then you got your spreadsheet. And then you got Outposts and TP, which you can post your trades on. And that's pretty much where I get 99% of my trades nowadays. During unusual trading. In regular item trading here, most of my trades are coming off trade servers, which is fairly good. But when I was building up my unusuals, it did take quite a while. I think the longest I ever stood with an unusual was like 2 months. And it was a cancer unusual, as always, and a hat that nobody likes and nobody wants, and that is a crap effect, or it's just worthless overall. Yeah, I've been stuck with a few cancers over time, but I seem to be able to sell them fairly fast. Like, they're not the worst things to have. Like, everybody will offer low because they consider it a cancer, or they will offer high because they want the cancer and they consider it god tier nowadays. That's pretty much everyone's excuse while they're on and cancer unusual. So yeah, this person that I was trading took quite a while. I said, sorry if you guys don't like me talking about what I'm saying, because I'm tired. But yeah, this guy was taking quite a while. I don't quite remember why. But the MVM tickets, in other words, MVM tickets were very profitable, and this server was kind of abusive with the admins in their god mode. And I was like, how much do you want for the hat? I'm pretty sure I did say that. And he was like, I don't know, what are you offering? I'm like, I don't like Panama, but how much for the Pyro Beanie? And then he was like, I don't know, offer me. And I said, I don't really want to offer. Something like that. I'm pretty sure I did. That was like, oh my god. I started recording at 9 p.m. and now it's 3:30 a.m. So obviously you can tell how long ago that was. But I'm pretty darn tired. I think I paid a ref and he had it reclaimed with the Pyro Beanie, if I remember correctly. And then I found a guy buying those retiring hats for a really, really good price. So we're coming up to the 11-minute and 40-second point, and I still don't really have commentary to talk about. And this minute's about like 40 minutes long. I did have a lot of fans following me, which I don't mind. I love fans following me. I like talking to fans, so don't mind adding me. Like, I love talking to fans. Unless you're like begging like all day and you're like whining and stuff. I don't mind price checking. I don't mind talking to you. It's all good. I like my fans. You guys are cool. And yeah, I was right. Pyro Beanie and one reclaimed. I did that, and then I sold it for more, obviously. I sold a lot of stuff for a lot more. I did make a lot of profit. Like, at the beginning of the series, I'll be honest, it was boring. I didn't want to actually continue any episodes. Only reason why I did it because it was highly requested, and I get a decent amount of views. These are like almost as famous as my uncratings, except for my uncratings get really, really famous if I get something good. If I get something poop, I never get views. But when it comes to this, I get a decent amount of views. An average amount of my viewers actually come back and view these 24/7. So I was actually planning of doing this series a long time ago, and then I decided to do it once I got a new computer, and boom, I'm exploding in views and subscribers average. I have about 2,100 like 7 subs last time I checked, and last time I checked that was like 2 minutes ago. So I was amazed. I was like, whoa. Just like last week I had only 2K subs, and now I have 2,100. That's really, really fast. Faster than I've ever gone before. I think, actually the fastest I've ever gone before was when I released my first tips and tricks video to Unusual Trading. I just exploded in subs and views. I was like amazed. And that video, I came up with that idea a long time ago. I never decided to do it. I don't know why. It seems as if any idea I have for a video series or something like that, it always ends up exploding. Like, not exploding literally, but I mean in views and subs and things like that. So we're going pretty good now. Hope we keep this pace, or maybe at least increase later on, because if we're staying at this pace, I'll enjoy doing YouTube even more. I'll probably attempt to upload an episode daily, which I try to do, but some days I just don't feel like it, and I just want to sit around and trade all day, which is pretty much what I do on average. So I'll be on my account more often doing this series, because this series is getting kind of fun, considering I've made a lot of refined. And I'll be honest, this is quite a bit of metal I've ever made in a small session of recording out of the whole series. Those achievements I listed previously, I will beat in like a day or two. I just need to get, an episode or two more. I need to get more metal though. I'm trying to stockpile more and get my first Bill's hat, which hopefully I can get fairly soon. Jesus. Hope I'm not making you guys tired, because I don't want you sleeping on this video. You gotta continue and watch the whole trading session. And I was trying to build up my metal here, crafting everything with the profitability I make. I found a guy buying any and every hat. Oh, I started out with 6, 7 refined. Wow. About 8 refined, yeah. And he was buying any and every uncraftable little hat that is retiring for 1.66 each, which is amazing, because I bought that hat for 2 reclaimed, and then he bought it for 1.66, so I made a quick 1 ref profit from him, and then I sold more to him later on, because there's a lot of people still thinking these retiring uncraftable hats are still worthless, because they're not sure that it's retiring, and they're not sure about the prices. And then I sold 2 craft hats here for more metal, so I can build up my bags. Yeah, sorry about that. Some delicious boogers stuck in my nose. Psych, that's kind of nasty. And then here again, I get even more metal. And as you can see here, it doesn't look like I have too much metal. Only 9 refined here, but you'll be amazed at how much I get. And this next trade, it's a pretty darn good trade. He offers a nicely painted, uncraftable hat. I won't note what hat it is until you see it in the trade. It is amazing, I will admit. I love the hat. It looks nice. And then I was like, I don't have a hat on my pyro. He looks retarded, so I put my spine-chilling skull on. So the guy has an uncraftable Crone's Dome. I ask how much for it, and amazingly enough, he has an epic offer for it. He was only asking about 2 claimed. So yeah, that was amazing. And you know what's sad? You saw how I was talking in server there. I'm pretty sure I wasn't even talking in server because no one responded, and I never knew it. I thought I was talking the whole time. So over this whole course of about 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, I'm not sure. It was from 9 p.m. to like 3 a.m. So over that course of time, I actually thought I was talking to people with my microphone. In reality, I was talking to myself, not talking at all, and no one even told me. You know how sad that is. No one even told me. And I canceled the trade with the guy because I was like, oh, I don't have to reclaim. Let me go smelt down some metal. So I was like, crap. And I was hoping he wasn't a troll and that he was actually selling the hat legitly. And it turns out he was. And later on I do sell the hat. And it was my last trade for the episode, or for the session. So you'll see it in like episode 10 or something, which currently is episode 8. So I got the hat, and I assumed I got scammed because after the trade, he's like, thank you. And in chat, you can see he got the 2 reclaimed. And then in my mind, it didn't show the Crone's Dome. And I'm like, wait, where is it at? Where is it at? And I started sweating a little bit, like getting my heart rate up. Like, damn it, did he just scam me? I was like, wow, in chat, because I thought he scammed me. And you know what's funny? I quickly closed out that trade. Like it said, you have acquired blah 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 in the trade. After the trade, it will close that out. Oh, I closed that out so quickly I didn't see it. So I'm like, dang it. And I'm like, okay, let me look around. I go on Outpost, and luckily it was in my inventory. So I was like, oh my god, thank God. Because I actually thought he quick switched me or something that quickly. Because you never know. Quick switching, like, it goes in a blink of an eye. You never know. It can happen whenever. Yeah. I remember old quick switching. Everybody did it. It was annoying in the old trading. Especially scammers. There was simple, stupid scammers back then. There would only be 8 inventory, and it wouldn't be in Steam trading. You can only do TF2 for TF2 trading. There was only 8 slots in the inventory, so if anyone ever offered you above 8 items, they would say, okay, trade me back again, and I'll give you the rest of your items. And 99% of the time, the person would leave after they gave you those first 8 items. So let's say you're selling a bud. You're asking about, like, 10 keys or whatever it was back then. I don't remember too well. I didn't do much, and I never really got pure buds back then. That was like once in a lifetime. That's why I had so many low-tier little cancer unusuals, and amazingly enough, each of those were worth a bud back then, because there wasn't so many of them, and like unusuals weren't as common back then. So oh, there's a Crone's Dome. I finally got it. I was like, thank God. And then yeah, there wasn't really many people with buds, and there wasn't as many unusuals back then, so each unusual is amazingly enough worth a bud, and now each of those unusuals are probably only like 10 keys and above, probably like 10 to 20 keys. So I'm kind of glad I didn't stick with low tier cancer unusuals as much as I did back then, because I would have been screwed over. Like how the bubbling team captain I previously owned has dropped down to like 6 buds, and when I originally owned it, it was about 12 buds, so yeah, I didn't lose too much, considering the helmet without a home with scorching was only about 8 buds, which sadly enough, I sold for the burning Z goggles, which is only like 6 buds. And then the things I pretty much went downhill in unusual trading. I'm slowly building back up with the Eerie Demo Fro and the Bolts Noir, I can't say it, which I just bought like a second ago using my BMOC, which I got the BMOC from a bud and 13 keys, and obviously you saw me uncrating those keys, and then I got nothing. So yeah, I'm not having luck uncrating on this guy, but I just did it anyway. I don't know why. And then right there, I just sold the Strange Bot Killer MK1 for 1 ref and a wreck and a strange Sydney Sleeper. And then I was looking for the guy who was buying it for 1 wreck to sell it to him for a scrap more, the strange Sydney Sleeper. Which I did end up getting the wreck in a scrap, and then I got traded here, so I was kind of like, who wants to trade me? I found the guy right here. He was buying it, and I went back. I don't know why I went back, but I was looking for someone else giving a better deal, obviously. And then I can't remember what this guy wanted. I think it was something I didn't want, but I'll see. I'll probably just narrate over this video. Tomorrow morning, narrate over the rest, because I am tired. And while this video uploads, I'll probably go over an unusual trade, since I spent most of my day today doing this series for you guys. Yay! You're welcome. And the achievement list will be listed in the comment section below. If you want to recommend something, please do so. The video is not over yet. This one session is very, 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 very long. I probably won't do another episode for a little bit. Not a little bit, but for maybe like a day. Take a break from it and do something else tomorrow. Hey, look, someone has invited me to trade. Let's go see what they'd like. And this is not in the video. This is actually out of the video. So, hey. Trading in this video and trading in the real game. Apparently the trade won't show up. That is amazingly irritating. And then the guy with the buying the Sydney Sleeper did actually offer the scrap and the reclaimed, which then I made a 1 scrap profit from the original price that I was selling it from. So yay. Yeah, so that's pretty good. Although a scrap profit doesn't seem too much to most of you guys, scrap profit actually did come in use, in big use, a long time from now. I built up so much money. Yeah, so here comes another trade. I attempted to trade him because obviously everybody lags out in trades, but I looked at his inventory like, I was looking for how much he could add, and I'm like, okay, what about a scrap metal? Psych, he offered the scrap metal. I was like, hey, would you be willing to add to the Strange Sydney Sleeper? He's like, how much? I'm like, I don't know, offer. And he's like, 1 scrap? I'm like, sure. I just took the deal. I probably could have gotten more out of him since he was desperate for it. That trade was open for like 3 days. But you gotta take what you get, pretty much. Sniffling. And this guy trading me in current reality is trading me, but I went into trade, but it errored out. So it's weird. And then I entered this trade. It was lagged out. I was like, whoa, what happened here? I spammed F5 until it would reload because that looks strange, doesn't it? Whoa. And I'm like, okay, yay. And then he lags out again. I'm pretty sure he lagged out again, yeah. He kept lagging out. And then I just waited and waited. And at the same time, I was looking at some other guy who offered on the Crone's Dome. He offered a strange medigun. I'm like, what else does he have? And he had these Festas on. Festas. And then I asked him, what else could you offer? He didn't respond, sadly enough. Of course, they don't respond. They're like, I'm too good for Scheller. I'm not YouTube famous, but I'm too good for him. I'm gonna look at this guy's inventory as well while I'm commentating over this current video, and then I try and trade him again, and I think he lagged out again, which is fairly annoying. Like when you're trading someone, they always lag out, which happens all the time because Valve hasn't fixed their SHIT, capital exclamation point. Yeah, they never do. Apparently, it never works. It's funny though, I found a weapon! I yawned while I was talking. Makes me sound like a fatty. But yeah, in other words, this video is still lasting for like 10 more minutes. I'm pretty sure it is about there. And then I crafted all my metal because I like my metal looking all perfect and refined. And then I started organizing up my bag a little more. Because who doesn't like organized bags? If you don't have an organized bag, your bag is officially an ugly piece of poop. And then I started crafting down some weapons to make some more refined metals. And the guy attempting to trade me doesn't have much, so I'm not sure what he's wanting in the riddle game. Sorry about the typing. I'm talking to like 2 dudes and trying to trade. This guy's just spamming his trade, and I'm like, what do you need? And he's not responding. I hate people when they do that. They trade me, and then like you enter the trade, and it turns out it's just a completely retarded trade. Happens all the time. And then here I'm just organizing my bag still, making it all look pretty, and I'm like, okay, look, I have all this metal now. And then I just started rocket jumping, waiting for some more trades, which I did for about 10 hours. Well, actually 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. I spent 6 hours, 6 full hours of trading, just sitting around trading. I won't tell you about how much refined I made, but 6 hours, and I made that much ref. Let's see how much I made per hour. 10. No, I didn't. 10 ref. If I made 10 ref, that's sad, because that's all I have here. Divided by 6 hours, I think. Yeah. That means I made about 3.33333. So about a key per hour. Wow. A key per hour. That's actually fairly good. So, if you do the backwards math, you will notice how much I have made. That is how much refined I had total. I divided it by the 3. So if you can do reverse math and you want to know how much ref I made before the video ends, I mean, after this video ends, you can go ahead and do some crazy old math and figure out this old trick.
Hold on, Cameron. He's gonna join.
And or you just watch the most recent video and see from there how much I made, which that would be cheap. Yeah, do what you want. Because a pirate is free. Yar har, feel the poo poo. Yeah, I'm bored. And then I changed servers because I was like, I was sitting here too long. I was sitting in that server for like a whole hour. And then I bought some tickets from some crazy old dudes. And then I was looking like, oh my god, someone else traded me before that. I'm like, okay, I'll take this dude's trade because he was selling a ticket. I didn't want someone to steal up the trade, so I traded the dude with the ticket first, and then I went back to this guy. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And I was figuring out what this guy wanted because he didn't tell me anything, so I'm like, And amazingly enough, that dude only had one ticket. Most people have like an average of 2 and above tickets for some reason. My voice just changed.
Trade him. His name is Cameron.
And then I'm like, okay, close out the other trade because I wanted everything to look perfect without all the extra stuff in the background. Okay, what does this guy want?
Who wants to go heavy boxing?
What is this dude? Scrap banking? I don't get it.
I just took fall damage.
This dude just traded me 2 weapons each, and he put in a bunch of scrap. I don't even need a scrap banker. What the heck?
I had 300 L.
That doesn't make sense. Why would you just go up to me with scrap bank? You could just go on scrap.tf and do it a lot faster and get even more webs. So right there, I purchased a... I don't even know what I purchased. I think I actually sold something there. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, but obviously you guys can tell. You're the ones watching the video. Yeah, I sold something. Oh yeah, I sold unarmed combat for a refine to that guy, I'm pretty sure. Amazingly enough, it took me a while, and then I went over to contact this guy to sell some MBM tickets, a big pile of dicks. That name is just messed up and funny at the same time. But I was contacting him because he is one of my MBM ticket buyers that purchased tickets at 1.55 each. I'm actually kind of advertising him right there. And I looked through his bags, like, seeing if he had metal or anything. And amazingly enough, he had like 30 million pages of tickets. And he was selling those tickets for real money. So obviously he's selling it cheaper than Steam, or I mean Valve would, to make themselves money. And then I was like, oh, well, obviously if he has all these big collections, he has an unusual. So I was like, let's see what they are. And amazingly enough, they weren't the greatest unusuals, but they're still pretty darn good. I was looking through my friends list, looking for the other ticket buyer, since that guy was offline and wouldn't respond, and sadly he wasn't online either. I'm like, oh wait, because I don't remember his name, and I was looking if he was online, making sure. I only looked through the online people's list. I'm like, okay, I'll just look on Outpost and see if the guy's on there, because I bookmarked his trade. Make sure I could always find him in case he's one of those people who removes you after each trade, which a lot of people do. I don't get why. They should just keep you unless they do state that they won't ever see you again. That sounds like a quote from The Spy. Yeah, it's a good quote. Okay, so here I'm just like typing through like, damn. I was thinking like, damn, he's not online, so I'm like, oh well, I'll just spam my trades anyway. Just run around and kill stuff playing some demo night. So, and sadly, this server grants everyone crits forever. And then I'm like, okay, let's see if anyone else is buying tickets. And I'm like, oh, I was in a trade as well here. What did I buy with this time? Oh, I bought the batter's helmet for a ref. And then I went back to the guy buying the retired hats for 1.66 refine, which I was like, oh, sweet. Simple profit. Since the guy was selling some quick hats, the guy that guy who sold me the batters had like 30 hats, and I'm like, I'll buy them cheap, and he's like, well, I got this and this and that and that and this and that and that. It was annoying because the guy eventually was like, I was like, alright, how much for that batters? He's like, wonder if I find scrap. I'm like, okay. Since he was selling all of his other hats for expensive. And then I sat here attempting to trade this guy like 30 times. And finally once it traded him. But yeah, we were trading for like 30 times. And then suddenly he lags out. See, it did this for like 5 times. It was annoying. And then we finally got the trade after a little while. He's like, okay, I'll wait for a little bit. And then I'm just like running around stabbing people with my sword. And an error occurred again. And I was like, is it my internet or your internet? And he's like, it's yours. But amazingly enough, I was in the trade before him, putting my item in the trade. I'm not sure if he was doing the same, and both of our connections were just poop. But I'm not sure, so I just kept trying and trying and trying. I'm like, oh look, I don't have that in my inventory yet, but I love the Fists of Steel, so it looks like I'm gonna find some of those. I do love the Fists of Steel. It's like one of the first items I had ever found in TF2 for the heavy, I think. And I used it all the time because they look sweet and they're all shiny, especially in blue team. It looks like regular old silver, or not silver, steel with like shininess all over it. This processing might take a little while. I've processed the video, but now I need to process the narration over it, which is probably fairly quiet. I'm sorry if my narration is quiet, but I'm actually talking really loud, like almost like yelling in front of someone that is right in front of me, which is just a microphone. But at least my microphone quality has been enhanced. I've went from that little crappy old Plantronics little microphone to a Razer headset, which is very, very amazingly comfortable, and it makes my ears warm. Very warm, actually. And then I'm like buying cheap hats. This guy comes up with a hat for 1 ref. I think this one I actually found over on Outpost for. Yeah, I found this one over on Outpost. I was like, la 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 la. I came across a hat, and it was just one refined. I mean, his hat, and then on the other side it said it was posted 1 ref, nothing else, no notes, no nothing. I'm like, all right, it was their first trade, and I'm like, okay, I'll add them, and I got the hat. So I was like, yay, 1 refined hat, and I later on sold that for 1.33 refined, which I was happy about. So yeah, or do I still have that in my bag? I'm not sure. And then I have all these tickets. I'm like, alright, that's worth like 1.55, and these tickets are 1.55. And then I have all this metal, and then I have these hats. So I'm like, oh, we're going pretty good. We've made some decent profit. And I'm like, oh my god, this pyro's air blasting. Alright, and then I switch over, air blast, air blast. And then I'm like, okay, screw you, I'm going over to the spy, because he air blasted me into the sky. I'm like, okay, I'll kill him. And the pyro comes chasing me, and I kill him too, in 1 hit. That's how overpowered demos are, or demo nights at least. I'm like, alright, let's kill the guy with the pan. I kill him, and I run into here, and oh no, something was hitting me in the back. I fall into the lava pit. I'm like, ah.